Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2. Again, guys, this is a 50-50. It's too hard to tell. It's just, there's too many factors at play here. The first battle between the two legends was controversial a little bit and had us all split. Personally, I think Bivol wins this time around, but I'm giving it 50-50, but this is just a personal opinion. Because Artur, in the first fight, he couldn't get the best of Bivol. He couldn't get Bivol out of there. Bivol did what he had to do to sustain some of the damage, and he at the end of the day, nothing major was done to Bivol. Like his arms were like messed up. Sure, like his face was a little bruised, but I mean, compared to what Archer usually does to most guys, I mean, Bivol made it look not easy, but he did his thing there, and he still held his own. Um, you know, and we could credit that to his high guard, I guess, because he didn't really have much of a chance to. The ring was so small. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but I thought the ring was quite small. But so Bivol wasn't able to use his mobility as well as he usually does. But it is what it is. They set the rules, not me. So yeah, I see Bivol winning this if he does more counters, which he should have done in the first fight instead of keeping that tight guard on the ropes. I'd like to see him circle out a bit more and throw combinations, and at least show the judges that he's fighting back and that he's able to fight on the back foot and that he's not just running away or being perceived as he's being overwhelmed. Because in the first fight, this is where I feel he personally lost, especially the favor of the judges, because, you know, I thought he was defending quite good because the bulk of his punches were Bitterbeef's punches were just hitting his arms, right? They were just hitting Beevil's arms. Some did get in, okay, but the bulk of it, no. And, you know, I felt like the judges didn't give Beevil the decision or his credit, like, towards his defense because he wasn't fighting back as much. He just kept the high guard and it just looked like he was being oppressed. And he didn't do anything to circle out as much either, which was I found that pretty weird, but I mean, when you look at the ring size, also like it wasn't the ring was kind of small also, but no excuses, right? He lost, so it is what it is. But this time around, I definitely want to see him circle out and fight off the back foot and then not stay on the ropes. Just don't want to see him there. And if he does, it's for a couple seconds only, and he circles out and retaliates with a shot or two. That's it. That's all you would have to do, and then I think you'd win. For Bitterbeef to win, I think he just needs to do the same thing what he did before, just with more precision. Bitterbeef has a feel already for what Beevil can do, and if he's willing to be a little bit more patient instead of constantly throwing, because in that first fight he was throwing, like he threw quite a bit, like a lot, a lot, and I think well, it was good that he did that to a degree because it broke down Buell a little bit, but it like and it helped convince the judges, right? Because it okay, I shouldn't say it broke Buell down because it didn't really break him down. I would say if it gave the impression that Buell was like losing and getting hit more than he actually was, like cleanly hit, and that I guess the judges favored more like that aggression and control time. So if that's how they're gonna keep judging his fights, then he just needs to constantly do the same thing. And especially in those later rounds, he's gonna have to keep doing that. But what I will say is he could be a bit more effective with it, and instead of just throwing, he could be a bit more patient with it and strike more accurately. But you know, to his credit, if he's always firing at Bivol, there's not much Bivol can do, especially if he just wants to keep his hands up. So maybe he just has to keep doing the same thing that he did the first time. Who knows? At the end of the day, you know, Bitterbeef knows what he has to do to win this, and he's already won. So I mean, the only thing I would say is if maybe work a little bit more on his footwork to be able to follow more, like, more efficiently, and to constantly try Bivol if that's what he wants to do. And you know, if they fight in such a small ring again, it'll also play to his like Bitterbee's advantages again. So yeah, there's also that. So, but anyways, if Bivol gets a bigger ring, I could see people slightly having a bit more advantage as he's going to be able to use his footwork more, and he's going to like his mobility as well, and he's going to be able to move more effectively, and maybe do a little bit more of his, his Soviet style, that I was expecting in the first fight where he jumps in 1-2, kind of like a pendulum step, well, pendulum rhythm step, whatever you want to call it, and yeah. It's gonna be it's really too tough to call here because again it boils down to so many factors that aren't involved like with the fighters themselves, like the ring and how they feel and like any improvements that they made. So I don't know, guys. It's just so close. Two very high level fighters here, and also the judges. How they're gonna score it because if you know if you know if Evil had that shoulder roll style where he was able to counter like Mayweather or Ward, maybe it would be different, because both of those guys like Ward and Mayweather, they would, they're known for being on the ropes but still thriving off the ropes, because of their shoulder roll style, I guess, because it proves to the judges, and I guess it's more visibly seen that they're defending because the lead arm is in like a shape of an L, so it covers the body, and they're bladed a bit, so it's like all you see is a shoulder, and they move very well, and they parry. I guess the defense is more visible. That's what I'm trying to say, and the counter shots are a lot more accessible because of the lead. I mean, the power hand is set up in a way where it's easy to retaliate and to counter your opponent. So I don't know, but I was just a little shocked because defense is defense, and arms up, hands high, high guard still isn't. It's still defense. Like the shots weren't going through 100%, but it is what it is, guys. So I just want to see Bivol, be more active on the ropes if he wants to stay on the ropes. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. Can't wait to see it again. Let me know who you guys have winning this fight. I know it's gonna be crazy in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day. And also let me know if you think, let me know what you guys think about the first fight. Was it a controversial decision? Do you think Bivol should have won? Do you think Beterbiev won, graciously? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to hear everyone's thoughts here. Have a great day, guys.